time. I don't never really have no punchlines. And all you rappers looking like a lunch line. Right now, I got you. Right now. Nothing, need a Uber right now. Right now, need crew up right now. Cause we two up right now. Ooh, I'm up right now. Ooh, I'm up right now. First I pull up, hop out, valet, walk out. All these bands I lost count. Cause I'm two up right now. Two up right now.
All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New Orleans Saints and the Atlanta Falcons. With fall around the corner, football is back, America, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. A very good move, but for a relatively modest gain out near the 32. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here. 2nd and 3.
Hey, wait.
On 2nd down, Ryan. He's going to air one out. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
Well, they certainly didn't waste any time throwing some deep passes here. But the defense, it wasn't unexpected. They told their secondary, be ready. You're going to be tested all night by this team.
3rd play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Cameron Jordan in there for sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. On is the punter Cook, who sends it away. Taken right around the 44. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. 1st down, Prescott. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll make this a 2nd down. Prescott from the gun. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. On first down, Ryan. Now he's forced out left. He completes it to Julio Jones. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Now that's an offensive line you and I can play behind. How about the amount of time they gave their guy to scan the field and find someone open? Had all night, and in a game like this, probably should just put a spotlight on them instead of the quarterback.
He's going to sling it, and this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Calvin Ridley, 30 yards, and the Falcons have taken the early lead. And with the rules as touchy as they can be, it's so hard to complete a diving catch in the end zone, but he just did it pretty well.
How about him getting his body, his hands, everything underneath and around the football without it hitting the ground and causing some doubt in the minds of the people who have to look at this and possibly review it. What a tremendous effort and a great catch.
And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
And his first carry, he loses the football. And the Falcons grab it, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. And that one coming on his opening carry of the season. Do you give him a mulligan?
You would like to, but this game counts. If this were preseason, he'd get a mulligan. But this is for real, so not expecting that at all. Got to find a way to take care of it. I'm sure he'll get other opportunities.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
On third down, Ryan being chased out left. He can run for it, and he will. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now fourth down.
I liked his effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the first down. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board, ended up settling for 3.
And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Now Prescott. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. That's caught by Geronimo Allison. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. From the shotgun, Ryan. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Prescott to throw it. And a sideline pass. That's caught by Thomas. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Running with Kamara, and he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. Staying on the ground on 1st with Kamara. And they'll get him down right about the 20. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
A second down throw for Prescott. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And they'll get this down to the 10. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
Good route, good pickup for 1st down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover. The angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
A 1st down throw for Prescott. Flush to his right. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. A second down throw for Prescott. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. That brings up third down.
He's not exactly had a banner start to this game. We're still in the first quarter. He's already thrown an interception, and that should have been the second one.
Two incompletions haven't moved him any closer. And likely throwing again, you'd have to think on third and goal here. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. A bad time for a false start penalty as they're backed up now for third and goal.
46.
Prescott yet again. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Traquan Smith, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Saints have cut it back within a score. Lutz good on the extra point, and that will shave one more off this lead. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Oh, good move. And he's going to be taken down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Back here with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. We've had the kickoff to begin the first quarter. Now it's time for the second quarter kickoff. And they've got it here with a first down. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Oh, and now he bowls him over. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
On second down, Freeman. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. We'll give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Now Ryan on first down. Looking deep downfield. Got a man that's caught at the 6-yard line. And finally out of bounds all the way down at about the 2.
Usually hitting a deep post pattern, as we just saw there for a big gainer, that's tough to do because you usually have a safety or two in the middle of the field. But if you hit enough crossers and underneath routes and curls, start to get those guys creeping up, wanting to make plays on the football. It's the equivalent of a changeup in baseball. You show your other stuff, throw the changeup, and on that play, it went for big yardage.
Ryan eluding the pressure right. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Carl Joseph. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. Past the 20. 10. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That's a tough spot as a quarterback, Charles. You want to get rid of it, but you see what can happen when you do try to get rid of it with pressure.
Yeah, and how about the pressure coming without them having to blitz? That's when you know things are clicking for your defense, and the end result, they end up gaining 6 points.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan in there to get him for his second sack of the night. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Buying time to his left. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Cameron Jordan in there to get him again. The third time he sacked him here tonight. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And instead, they want to throw it off play action. He's going to wind up and air it out. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Here's Sam Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Fielded just inside the 30. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Desmond Trufant there making the tackle.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Prescott now on 2nd down. And he rifles one incomplete.
A pretty rocky start in this game for the guy throwing the ball. Already thrown one interception. Almost threw a second one right there. All he's doing right now is giving the defense a whole lot of confidence.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Open man is Allison, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. On 1st and 10, Prescott. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To the air again, Prescott. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. They'll throw again. Prescott. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Now it's Ryan. Escaping the pressure right. And his throw is incomplete. Austin Hooper, the tight end, was the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
And it worked his way across the 30 to the 32. 2nd down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
There are a lot of different formulas to winning football, but one constant over the years, winning on 3rd down. That pickup there was big because they had struggled throughout this one.
Throwing now, Ryan on 1st down. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. 1:59 to go in the 1st half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Here's Ryan. Oh, it's incomplete. That would have been big in the end zone if he could have held on. Instead, it's 2nd down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the 1st half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. This time, the extra point up and good. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth 1st half. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they've got to make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a 1st down with a nice throw.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Here go 46.
Prescott on 1st down. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll make it a second down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
You go 46. 26.
Prescott on 3rd and 2. And he finds Seals Jones complete. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. But fortunately, the Saints were able to hold on to it, so they will indeed keep possession. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
You go 46. You go 46. 26.
And again, it's Prescott. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. The safety, Keanu Neal, there to knock that one free.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Prescott from the gun. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
Got 21. Let's go. Got it. Go.
Now Ryan back into his end zone. Going for the deep ball. And incomplete on the deep ball. So we have reached halftime here in the Thursday night opener as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, we'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the 3rd quarter. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you. 6
yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
On 3rd and 1, here's Prescott. And that's caught by Smith. And that goes as a gain of 37 on 3rd down.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody who has that ability, they want them on their team.
Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. And this is what here? Incomplete, they say. It looked like it was intercepted, but he apparently did not get the 2 feet down in bounds. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Kamara. He'll get it to the 23-yard line. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. The Saints on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. Here it's 3rd and 2. Now Prescott. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. They just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there.
Here we go. 47.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
2nd down, Prescott. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. Give him 7 on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down. A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down.
26.
On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A great effort there. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Saints have moved out in front. And this is no good. It's a missed extra point. Boy, in a tight game, how important might that turn out to be here as the second half rolls along? Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So we get set to start this 3rd quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. On 2nd down, Ryan. The left side completion to Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Ryan to Jones, the Falcon connection there for a first. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Trying to lay one up deep. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory. A big-time play there for the Falcons. 46 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll throw on 1st down with Ryan. Oh, and it's incomplete. That would have been big in the end zone if he could have held on. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
2nd and 10. It's Ryan again. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. As his guys are in for 6. And the Falcons are an extra point away from moving out in front. Sometimes those tight ends are a mismatch. They found the mismatch there.
And that's exactly why you want to drop those types of plays, because coverage is just going to go to the natural guys, the guys that make the big plays on the outside. But if you work your tight end into it, that's a tough one for a defense to handle.
Tough. They couldn't handle it. It worked out for 6. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Let's go. Let's finish now.
A 1st down throw for Prescott. Oh, Prescott stripped. And down inside the red zone at the 19-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Ryan. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
So after the loss of down, they'll come up here with a 2nd and goal. Here's Ryan. He goes underneath to Freeman. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 3rd and goal. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. That's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And no mistaking that sound. It reverberated through the whole stadium.
And it's the sound, Brandon, no kicker wants to hear. It looked like he had it on target the whole way, but the upright said,
They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
A second down throw for Prescott. Eluding the pressure right. And Thomas has it. Room here to run. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Back now here on EA Sports. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Prescott looks to throw on first. Escaping the pressure right. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively, because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. So line of scrimmage still to 39 on 2nd and 10. Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Looking here for Smith downfield. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turning over 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing, but I'll guarantee you, it's not very good.
They'll eat some clock with Freeman. T.J. Watt in on the tackle. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back, tell him to take care of the ball, and try and move forward.
On 2nd down, here's Ryan. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Ryan now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And Freeman lost the football. But the Falcons were able to recover, so they will keep possession.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. His huge night, it just continues as he's now north of 200 yards receiving. 2 first downs have him up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A really good pickup of 28 yards. From the red zone now, here's Ryan on 1st down. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Hey, South!
From the shotgun, Ryan. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
We'll go 47. We'll go 46, 46.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. And now Prescott is going to be taken down. He couldn't get away, and that's a safety. Now, the 2 points, that's not totally critical at this point. Still a one-score game, but they do have to give away the football with no guarantees they're going to get it back.
Yeah, or at least if they get it back, will they have any time to do anything with it? So they've got to send their defense out there and say, guys, we got to have it right now. Save some time for us.
Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. After the interception, here's Ryan. Ryan hit, and he lost the football. The Saints say they have it, and they do.
I know when you're looking at the scoreboard clock, we're getting near the end of this game, but they were in what was really called 4-minute offense, and that's practice, being taking care of the football, taking time off the clock, not giving them a chance to come back. But bottom line is, what did I say in the beginning? Taking care of the football. That didn't happen.
Didn't do it. A costly turnover.
It's coming now.
Again, this is Kamara. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop the jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
They run it again with Kamara. And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Saints have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. Lutz with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. turning it over. The other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Now Ryan on 2nd down. Going underneath, it's Coleman. And now running right through it. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
It's caught over the middle. Hooper. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
From midfield now, here's Ryan. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
I'm trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
20.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones, 50 yards. And the Falcons have taken the lead here in the 4th. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here, and for them a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Kamara, and he'll get this one up to the 26. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Prescott now on 2nd down. And this one is incomplete. He was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
He'll look to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. 4th down now, and defensively, Charles, they're just asking this crew for one more stop.
And you know that they're feeling the momentum right now, but they have to be very careful not to get over-exuberant, overexcited, and blow an assignment and give up the big 1st down.
One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Eluding the pressure right. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. Ryan wants to throw it. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a two-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Bust through the tackle. Accelerating, and off he goes. 30, the 20.
All right, let's give credit where credit is due. How about that return? Great blocking, great vision, all the way down to the 2-yard line. The only person who has to be upset, the guy who didn't get it into the end zone. That far and no reward?
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And some room to roam now. He's got daylight. 20, 10, 5.
All right, let's give credit where credit is due. How about that return? Great blocking, great vision, all the way down to the 2-yard line. The only person who has to be upset, the guy who didn't get it into the end zone. That far and no reward?
Bryant's extra point up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. That one goes for 24 yards. Prescott now from the 50. That's caught over the middle by Seals-Jones. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Prescott to throw it. He's going to let it fly. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35. Thomas, the intended target.
It's just been one mistake after another on the offensive side of the ball. That's now 3 interceptions to go along with 2 fumbles for him. And if you're going to turn the ball over 5 times in a game, your chances to win have to be about 100 to 1. And it's not looking good for him here.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes.